Call this meeting to order. It is 6:32 here at the Rosewood Center. This is September 8th, 2025. And sorry for the delay, but we are here and we're ready to go. Thank y'all for bearing with us here. So welcome, everybody. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. And we are back to the old grind. But thank y'all for being here. And tonight I want to ask Council Member Patrick, if you will give an indication for us, please.
First, Heavenly Father, thank you so much for allowing us to come and gather together and do the city work. We pray, Lord, bless the people, everything that we do, we pray that everyone will be mindful of each other. Pray that everybody will be happy to be here. Give us, Lord, our sins, help us and lead guide us, everything we pray in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please stand and pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for our public session. Okay, no one signed up for public session. All right, moving on to our approval of our August 11th, 2025 regular session minutes. Do I have a motion to approve as written?
So
Okay. I have a motion by Councilmember Arns. Do I have a second? Second. And a second by Councilmember Whitaker. Any discussion on that? All right, hearing none. All those in favor of approving the minutes for August 11th, 2025 regular session, please signify. Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. That is a unanimous vote. All right, on to new business. Our first reading, this is ordinance 2025-08. This is 100% annexation of parcel number 4088-08-99-1234, which is Tornado Dupierre. Do I have a motion? Okay, I have a motion by Councilmember Schumann. Do I have a second?
I second.
And I have a second by Councilmember Paget. Any discussion on that? All right. So they're just wanting to bring in the rest of their property into the city limits. There's nothing on there. It's just land.
I'm just going to throw it. Is it the Tornado property?
any idea how much tax revenue was approved?
I mean, we didn't, did you, I know you were starting to look up the actual tax record. We don't have anything as far as them doing anything on that actual property. Right, any other discussion, any other questions? All those in favor of annexing the 100% annexation parcel of number 4088-08-99-1234, ordinance number 2025-08, please signify. Aye. Aye. Okay. Thank you. That is unanimous. All right. Ordinance number 2025-09, occupancy permit for life safety. We're going to take that off. We're going to scratch that today. We weren't quite ready for that. Anybody have any questions on that? All right. Ordinance 2025-05, amendments to the business license ordinance for special events and entertainment provisions. And I'm going to ask you, Mary.
I recuse myself from ordinance for 2025-05 due to personal financial gain.
Okay. So Councilmember Arms is going to recuse himself on that. And do I have a motion to move into this so we can get into discussion? Councilmember Whitaker with the motion. Do I have a second? And a second by Councilmember Schumann. All right. And Mary, if you'll just talk to us about that, please.
I'm not sure if this is on, but I'll try to talk loud. Basically, there's three things. One, if you are a musician or entertainer and you
sell merchandise, you'll be required to get a business license. If the event host or the person presenting the entertainment charges a cover charge for admission by the public, the entertainer will be required to get a business license. And then the third thing, now if you are an entertainer and you're not charging a cover charge and you are not serving or selling merchandise, you will not be required to get a business license. The entertainment host will simply have the business license based on their rules as they would ordinarily do. And then the third thing is this exempts the city from the requirement of getting a license. However, exhibitors, vendors, and peddlers that are conducting business activities at a city-sponsored event, they would have to get a license, just like they are now. And they do have those special licenses to be just here for a short period of time. One other thing, if you are an entertainer and you are appearing for more than 7 nights, or I say 7 nights, I guess you could appear during the daytime too, 7 days consecutively, you would be required to get a business license then.
Okay, does anybody have any questions on that? Does anybody understand? Okay. Can you turn them on? Now it's on. Now it's on.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Technologically deficient.
Yeah. Okay, so this is for the business license that we talked about at the work session for entertainment and with music. So I'm going to, Mary, I want you to spell it out again, just what it is that we're actually, just so he can hear. I want Councilmember Patrick to be able to hear what you're saying.
Currently, under the business license, the model business license that we've adopted, just like almost all the other municipalities in the state, entertainers would be required to get a business license. But what we're creating is a couple of exemptions. So if they don't sell merchandise and they don't appear for over 7 days and they don't charge an admission or cover charge, then they would not be required to get a license. If the host is in a business and they're appearing for the host would be required to have their regular business license based on their gross revenues. So basically, if you are in the business of running a restaurant and you have a mariachi band, for example, your primary business is the restaurant business. The mariachi band would not be required to get a business license if they didn't do those 3 things: sell merchandise, appear for more than 7 consecutive nights or days, and they are not charging a cover charge. Because the primary business is the restaurant business. Now, if you're hosting a music festival and you're charging a cover charge, like Burning Man or Woodstock or something like that, then each of the entertainers is going to be required to get a business license because they are in the business of providing entertainment. Their primary business is providing entertainment. If the host pays a guitar player to come in and play, and they're not charging a cover charge and not selling merchandise, then the host business license will be the only one that's required. And that's basically like for a restaurant or bar that's presenting to entertainers. And then finally, exhibitors, peddlers, and vendors at town-sponsored events will be required to get a business license, but the city itself will not have to go through that process.
Does anybody have any questions on that?
So with much of your business, he has a promotion one weekend, and he has a band every night. That doesn't mean that band is going to be permanent. It's they just will come in and they'll promote his business for 1 or 2 months. So am I understanding that correctly?
That's right. They would not be required to get a business license. The primary business would be the restaurant, and if they have alcohol sales, the alcohol sales. So the entertainment would, as long as they didn't charge a cover charge, the band didn't sell merchandise, and they didn't stay for more than 7 consecutive nights or days. They do.
When you pretend you take out what we place, that doesn't mean that you got to pay extra for that candy. So my take is, they don't have to pay extra to listen to play.
And I think that's what we're trying to do.
That's what we're trying to do.
Again, the primary business is the restaurant or the selling of the cake or alcohol or whatever. Not to.
Okay, any other questions or comments on that?
So we're voting to have the businesses exempt or not exempt from purchase and license.
The primary business would be responsible for a business license.
But if a van comes in, then
And they don't do any of those three things.
Right.
Then they would not.
okay, and that's how what we're voting on.
Right.
To do that. Okay, I just want to make sure. Vote that way.
Any other questions? Okay. Well then, I've got a motion, I've got a second, no more discussion, so all those in favor of ordinance 2025-05, amendments to the business license ordinance, special events and entertainment provisions, please signify. Aye. Thank you, that is unanimous. And one recusal. All right. Next, we're going to move on to Resolution 2025-07, renaming the baseball complex at Woodside Circle beside Public Works Shed. Do I have a motion so we can go into this one for discussion?
Motion.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Whitaker. Do I have a second?
Awesome.
I have a second by Councilman Massey.
I do have one point of order. I think I originally, you can name things via resolution or by ordinance. And what I didn't know is, just because I'm not familiar with the history of the baseball complex, whether it had a previous name that could have been applied via ordinance. And if so, it would require an ordinance. So I did draw this up as an ordinance and require 2 readings for you. And I could be completely wrong, because there had never been an name for it. It had always been a baseball complex. But just to make certain that we did that correctly, I drew it up as an ordinance. Thank you. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Sorry for walking.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So we did give the public a chance to get involved and vote on that. So we had 132 votes on that. So we did have some options, and then we did give an option for everybody to put in their own idea, their own request on that. So what won out was Liberty Dugout. That one was number 1. So that had 35 votes, and then Liberty Baseball Complex came second. So, what do y'all think?
Well, I'm sorry. Say the first one again.
Liberty Dugout.
And the second one.
What was that?
The second one was Liberty Baseball Complex.
Can we see the results?
It's just kind of a graph here. So we had Liberty Baseball Complex was at 20.5%. Then you had Liberty Diamond Complex at 17.4%. And 26.5 Liberty Dugout. 10.6 was Bobby Morris Complex. And then there's a little tiny little one. Stars and Stripes Complex also came after the Bobby Morris Complex. But just so everybody understands, Bobby Morris has a name on the field, on one of the fields. So there's 3 fields, and Bobby Morris, I don't even know when that was put in place, but it's been there for a minute. I don't know other field is named Island Field. I think there's a third one that doesn't have a name. Delaware. Anything else to say? Anything else?
I like Liberty Complex.
Liberty Baseball Complex.
Yeah, baseball complex.
So,
What was the third one? After that?
it was Liberty Dugout, then Liberty Baseball Complex, and then Bobby Morris Complex, and then Liberty Diving Complex.
How many total? Or total?
132.
I think we should table it a month, see if we get more involvement on that.
The only reason why we didn't, the King Asphalt is ready to donate for a sign, and I know the rec department has been waiting on this for a minute, so what does everybody else think?
I mean, nothing against Bobby Morris, but he is already a big old called the Morris Field. I think we should go with something different than a person's name who was a great director. We had several over the years, and nothing against any of them, but I think I picked one of those, you know. That's just my opinion. I would prefer one of these other ones, and I'm not sure I'm crazy about.
We had any well-known coaches, we just
Like rec coaches, or,
coaches overall.
well, I go way back, so,
I mean, for me, it's hard to do a person because everybody has a different person that might stick out in their mind because we're talking generation after generation of coaches and
the rec director when I was growing up was Steve Harris, and nobody's probably heard it. Rick knows who he is, but
So it's kind of hard to, it's hard to go with something like
I
that.
think he was probably the first one, honestly, that I remember. When Rick started to,
Liberty, are you talking about Liberty Dugout?
I said I wasn't real crazy about either one of those first two options, but majority.
What did you vote for? I voted for the Liberty Dining Complex.
I forgot my vote, honestly, sorry.
Did you vote?
I'm about there right now.
Well, you should have taken the vote on one. That was because I had that in there. Anybody else go online? Okay, take it.
I like the Liberty Baseball Complex.
Okay. I would, actually, of those two, I prefer the
Like it. I mean, it wasn't my vote, but I liked it.
Did Chris Black for the rec staff specifically?
So we actually got together to give all these options.
Yeah.
So these options come from all of us together.
And then that's why we gave an option for people to come up with their own as well. So, what are your thoughts? You're fine with it?
Because we all said I got last field.
Yeah.
We find someone who's already getting after.
Yeah.
Getting after the field.
Yeah, I know the Marshville's up close to the road. I'm not sure which one it is.
What?
Do you know which one it is, Field? The big one or the small one? Yeah, but there's three ball fields up there.
I think it's the one I like.
The big one, the
Ball
original
field
one?
or T-ball field?
Yeah.
I think the one that's kind of neat.
Far.
The one at the top is Marshville.
Yes. Maybe it's ball like that.
That's Island Field.
Yeah, that's.
I know that's the original one.
Yeah, what more they don't know is is that road track. The big.
That's the one side.
What?
Woodside Field.
Huh?
So,
So maybe when we look at the third field that's not named,
Or the whole complex.
or the ability to honor somebody with getting the field after them.
well, I mean, I feel like if we've got a field that's available to be named after a namesake, it's something, that's what we decide to do. We've already got one named after. I think we've given the people an opportunity to vote and give their opinion, and the Liberty Dugout won. So I don't know if you want to just call it Liberty Dugout, you want Liberty Dugout Complex, do you want?
Liberty Dugout Park.
I like that.
We would have to vote tonight.
This is the first reading.
This is just for first reading.
Yeah.
I like adding park to it. It's called Liberty Dugout Park. Okay.
If something might change.
All right. I mean, I thought it was nice. I thought it was nice to give them an opportunity, give the people an opportunity.
That was fine. I'm not opposed to anybody having tonight.
It's 2 reads, right?
Yes.
So we can always keep forward and see if there's an update next month.
We're close to all that. Okay, so right now then, any other discussion, any other questions? All right. All right, then all those in favor of, so it's not a resolution, it's an ordinance. 2025-07, would that still be the same number, Bailey, do you know? Okay, so we'll have to change.
It would be, ordinance 2025-06.
2025-06? Okay, so all those in favor of ordinance 2025-06, renaming the baseball complex at Woodside Circle as Liberty Dugout Park.
Correction, the 9.
9,
All right.
09?
Yes,
Okay, 2025-09, renaming the baseball complex at Woodside Circle. Liberty Dugout Park. All those in favor, please signify. Aye. All those opposed? All right, we have one opposed, which is Councilor Massey. All right. Thank y'all. And moving on to resolution 2025-08, adoption of the enforcement response plan. And Bailey got that for us.
Randy West, first second, comes straight from him. The enforcement response plan is to communicate, everybody hear me? Can you hear me? This enforcement response plan aims to communicate how the enforcement tools available to the City of Liberty Stormwater Department will be used to achieve compliance. That ERP expands upon the City of Liberty Stormwater Ordinance and specifies criteria by which City of Liberty Stormwater Department personnel can determine the enforcement action most appropriate to be able to ensure everybody is in compliance and not going against that. So this one is Pickens County, so it came straight from Pickens County, which we've always followed in the past. We just revised it to accommodate it.
Okay. Do I have a motion on resolution 2025-08?
I'm the motion.
Okay, Councilman Schuler. Do I have a second? And second by Councilmember Patchett. Any discussion on that? Any questions? Okay. All those in favor of resolution 2025-08, adoption of enforcement response plan, please signify. Aye. Okay, thank you. That is unanimous. All right, on to to old business. Ordinance 2025-06, 100% annexation parcel number 4097-13-5497. That is located in Posey Hill. And the owner did sign that annexation agreement when they got water service with us and understood what they were signing. So all those in, let's see, a motion. Do I have a motion on that?
So moved.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Also.
I have a motion by Councilmember Arms, a second by Councilmember Massey. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor of ordinance 2025-06, 100% annexation parcel number 4097-13-5497, please signify. Aye. And that is unanimous. All right. Ordinance number 2025-08, rezoning of parcel number 4087-12-75-9744 on Old Forest Road. Do I have a motion? I have a motion by Councilmember Schuman-Lazen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. I'm being shy tonight. Second by Councilmember Arms. Do I have any discussion on that?
This, the company that's one of those residences there, they have already purchased this, correct? Yes. They've done everything on it. Did you, and I know you got something from me on email.
They're here.
Oh, they're here? Oh, okay. So the only option y'all have is doing, is there a possibility to do west? To me, that just seems like a lot of residences on people's property.
I mean, I would say there would always be an opportunity to do less, but it's more economic reasons, land price, construction costs.
Right.
That's how we get back into the plan that we did.
Have you ever built a complex like this in a town similar to ours in size? Population? Because I know that some of the other ones are really large that y'all do, from the information I saw.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of those are so large that it would not be like a single product kind of deal like we're proposing here, right? So some of the stuff you saw that's 800 acres or something, that would be a mixed product to try to increase our market share, right, or absorption. Here, we wouldn't really pursue that just because it's 20 acres instead of something larger.
Yeah.
I think there was another question. We do not own the property today, right? It's under contract.
Oh, okay. It's not final yet.
So, well, pretty quickly after this, our due diligence will expire.
So it's depending on how we vote.
It is.
Y'all had O'Neill Village, right?
We did.
So I'm actually from Blue Ridge.
Really?
Yep. And so I do know that when that was developed in, there were some issues as far as traffic. So, but then we will have a traffic study done. Correct.
Yeah, and also can help me, but since we're accessing the DOT road, depending on the number of trips generated, we'd be required to do that to get a commercial permit from the state.
Okay. Okay.
Because that would be like a straight shot from the middle school to the high school in that area. So there would be a lot of active traffic, I would think.
And I don't know exactly what the issue you're talking about, but like we did have to make improvements to Highway 101. It's just that when you get to O'Neill Church Road, when we were working on that, half of it was owned by the city, half of it was owned by the county, and half of it was DOT. So I'm trying to get all three of those guys to agree on something.
Gotcha. And just also from there, you know what I'm talking about? What it was.
That's right. Media, the post office, and all that.
Yeah. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
When we
It's been there for years.
Yes. Yeah.
Finished just in time for the recession.
Then have y'all considered trying to do alley-loaded design? You get the roads on the back of houses, it's more walkable up front.
Did we play around? We did play around. We played around with part of it.
Okay. Just something, I mean, I don't know, next time I'm going to be home builders, I think that would be cool and add a good aspect of walkability to a new neighborhood.
Okay. Actually, if you remember, so what we did is we looked at the alley pad along Norris. 20 units with the rest of the road, we decided, push up off the path, good by the arrow.
The trees on that side.
You know, we got, I believe those compliments from Jay Greer, who was y'all sit down. How big acres that complex have and has it been used to the house?
So that project was larger. It's 220 acres now, I believe. We added another piece recently, but the total density there is like just over 700 residents.
It's a big property.
Yes.
All right, any other questions? Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other discussion on that?
They're going to do that traffic study, okay?
All right. Okay. All right, so,
How much would the city tax pay on one of those? How much would it
I live in town home, I live in Dallas, they live in town home, and they have the same value of the house, so the property taxes will be about the house. Some
do
of
you
them,
have that information?
what's your price range for yours?
Probably in the mid-twos, if I had to guess. I mean, that's kind of the thought going in.
So you have an idea of how many units you're thinking about putting in?
Around that. But, of course, one of them
It's open.
Would you like to say how much it would?
He's,
The estimate for the cost of the home will be in the mid-200s, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Right, so you're based on that.
Ballpark figure, how much the taxes they on a 200 city, I'm talking about city tax.
Sure.
County tax.
He's not going to know that.
Well, I'm not.
no, he's not going to have that information, so Bailey will look into that for you.
And you are going to work out track also that thing. We want to see what that flow.
But that's.
I think we'll be required to do that to get our.
Let's say I'm in town, so my house,
We were just talking about that in
The 4 point questions on the site plan review, have that answer.
we thought it was consistent questions, so we're just.
Be consistent with the
What was the question?
just about the traffic stuff.
Yeah, because it's busy now, it's going to get busier. And in the neighborhood, that old establishment has withdrawn from there too. I've heard and seen some people not really in favor of it. I mean, I know we need housing, but I think you just have to weigh the options.
Do we know if we have enough rights with the state to maybe widen the intersection going to any subdivision to get them a lane to come out into you?
I don't know.
So there's probably existing right of way there, but we would have to typically, when we do projects, we get to right of way, there's not right of way there, we typically have to dedicate 25 or 100 feet just on our property for that one. Even if it's not required of the project, we'll go and knock that stuff out, so it's 10, 15, whatever they need, go from 2 to 4, whatever it is, that we're going to run with.
How's our sewer capacity?
We have it.
And then, rest of it, structure, and
I've got an email from Troy improving capacity.
Yeah. That's
Pretty
what-
much double what we're talking about.
If you ask Troy, he can give you this calculation.
Yeah, he sends that over. He'll email that information over to us.
You have a letter from Troy, well, I haven't sent it, I apologize, it's been so
No, I think we just have an email from him.
but they usually bring it out to us.
When is your contract expire? Did I understand that you have your contract? When is that right expire?
The exact date, I'm not sure, but it's this one, pretty sure. After the initial delay, the planning commission, we were worried about that. So we've got just enough time to have this meeting and then get our ducks in a row.
I can say, coming from Liberty, so living in a townhome, you would think it would be like really congested and loud, and we have had no problems in the townhome. It's been very quiet. Everybody's very like aware of the surroundings. I think that everybody understands it, and you would think everybody gets to work in the morning, everybody comes home. I've had no problems, so we're where we're at.
So some of the other benefits that we see with townhomes is like we control the appearance, right? So we do exterior maintenance, we do lawn care, don't have one neighbor with grass that's knee high. This one with paint falling off, right? The association we put in place maintains all of the aesthetic.
So if we'll have an HOA.
Yes. I'm not sure that you can develop it. So there's their outline of this. Ponds and stormwater maintenance and all that.
I'm putting in a pool.
We are not here, but we are. We play around with a project where we've got a park and we're looking like a fire pit area. It'd be passive amenities here.
I mean, our
Now, you're just going to have to make this or do you have access to 93 again?
Looks like one entrance now. We talked about that last year, like possibly even widen that to, if there ever was an accident there, so you can get a fire truck or an ambulance around that. But we would look for.
Technically, your code requires it, but with the planning commission, we kind of got some comment that, hey, maybe we don't want secondary access. So we're going, so we get there tonight, fire chief, one of the guys wants to speak to, just kind of get his opinion. It sounds like the community may want one entrance, and he feels like he needs two, and then we'll need to discuss y'all's opinion, but that's what that's essentially for.
Anything else? All right, thank you. So if this happens and everything works out, it's not that wrong with the neighbors. All right, so any other discussion on that? Okay, then I've got a motion, I've got a second, and all those in favor of ordinance 2025-08, rezoning the parcel number 487-12-75-9744 on Old North Road, please signify. Aye. Okay, thank you, that is unanimous. Thank you. All right, and now we're going to move on to ordinance 2025-07, amendment to stormwater ordinance for the utilities. And Nathan, well, let me get a motion on that. Okay, do I have a motion for ordinance 2025-07? Okay. Councilman Schoenreason, do I have a second? And a second by Councilman Whitaker. All right, Bailey.
when speaking to Drew Langston with CWS, I had last time he had said that we kind of wanted like municipality. He had a challenge fee around the area. Unfortunately, how it works is first of all, Pickens County got this all at the same time. So all cities are trying to figure out what the review fee is going to be, but not every city has an internet store. So around here, the only city that has an internet store is us and Pickens hasn't set theirs yet. Easily, theirs is a Our last renewal fee that we did was $3,500, and because we don't have that budget, that was out of pocket that we didn't budget for. So we're going to be outsourcing for a little bit until Clearwater has theirs. He has his certificate, but it's in a different place. He has to make sure it's here. He'll have to buy December, and then they'll be taken over, and then they'll stay with whatever our price is based off our ordinance.
Any questions, discussion on that?
Do we have to do a budget amendment on that?
Yes, we will. Okay, any other discussion?
And what are we deciding to set up? Okay. But we pay for $3,500 just for correct? Okay.
And then you're doing 300 per acre of land after that.
For what?
300 per acre of the ceremony after that. And that varies between cities as well. Depends on the size.
Is that average?
That was his average a day. Now, the county is a lot bigger. Of course, they're only charging 800. They have staff that does it. And then their structure is a lot different than ours would be.
Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor of ordinance 2025-07, amendment to the stormwater ordinance review fees, please signify. Aye. All right, and that is unanimous. Okay. All ordinances and resolutions. All right, on to our city and our financial report.
For our health department, our first EPA hearing committee ended September 15th from 5:30 to 6:30 at the Radio Center. Will be down here in the auditorium. For the police department, the community events, they did a teacher of the year parade. This is with it August 20th. Our officers led the parade to honor Miss, I'm so sorry, Donald as the district teacher of the year. I have tried all day to figure out her name. Community Connection Yard Sale was August 23rd. Our officers set up barricades and traffic cones to ensure public safety during this event. They did the hands across the borders, August 26th. Officers participated in the multi-state, multi-agency effort to combat impaired driving and promote road safety ahead of Labor Day weekend. We're thankful for that. Thanks for our officers. Hiring and training, August 7th, Sarah Howard attended the Municipal Association for Set-Off Set as well as Dana in the Water Department in Columbia. August 11th, our new hire, Cassandra Hightower, joined the Lindsay Police Department. After Clayton field training program, she was uniform patrol, not stay around here, she's kind of alone. For department activity, we issued 220 warnings, 212 citations, and 10 arrests. You can see it at the back of the packet here. For our recreation department, all materials have been ordered and we've been able to see them through our site and avenue. It's going to be wide and it's going to be fresh. The Little League baseball line, which now I can see the dugout over there. The administration decided to repair the Idlin and the water tower field light. That they can refer to the water tower too. The vendor contracted for invoices, project funded by the recreation grant. The Little League baseball sign, we talked about the strategic survey was launched and took input for the new name. They did purchase a lawnmower that came before council last time. So thankful for that. Winter baseball registration has begun. We had 2 new renewed sponsorships that we did not provide. I apologize. I'll ask you what they was. They're ongoing all parks and recreation facilities. The stadium had 2 rentals, which was the Clemson Car Club and they rented out parking lot. The Rose Center had 2 events. We had 4 rentals at Freedom Park. We need 2 more quotes for the Starland Park gazebo. Haven't got any yet, but there was an interest. So we got 1 quote that's very expensive, so we're looking for 2 more. Anybody? For the 1 mile loop cemetery, we need one more quote for that. They began, yeah, so our 1 mile loop in our cemetery, we're outsourcing that temporarily to help our guys for about 18 weeks in the busy time. We're doing for cutting it. We have 2 quotes so far, we need one more. We're beginning the athlete you posted of the week. You might see that on social media. We are doing, we're not doing the high school, we're doing the homecoming parade, which is September 16th. He put the grass we removed from the roadway in preparation. I'm not really sure what he's talking about that. I guess our button is going to remove the grass. Stormwater, they work with, that CWS came on stormwater. They're working with a public works to address stormwater audit cleanup right now. The oil recycling area was cleared of an old oil barrel. The southern company out sorry. They cleaned secured with a gate lock. Additional cleanup was completed at the public works facility. So we're starting to clean it up a little bit over there. We forwarded plan reviews to McAdams Engineering for land disturbance plan review associated with future development. McAdams Engineering, who is doing our plan review right now until Drew Langston is certified in Clearwater. They conducted several customer visits to address runoff concerns they've been working one-on-one with residents. For meter reading, they completed job by read, manual read. They assisted customers with data logging meters and troubleshooting consumption ideas. They considered tables for meter reading and troubleshooted our software upgrades and control. For some reason, when our system upgraded, it kind of like shifted some things, so we had to go back in and like revise everything. I asked the new one this time. I asked Ms. Message, and she can just kind of give us an overview on what planning and zoning is working on. August 6th, Planning Commission reviewed the rezoning request for Old Norris Road from industrial to RM16 with plans for 100 townhomes. The public hearing was held. The residents did raise concerns about traffic and full impact, which y'all did clarify with the developers. They continued working on the zoning ordinance update and included the review of the zoning map. August 25th, they held a public hearing to discuss the proposed core commercial regulations from the mayor and council. Some residents expressed concern about restrictions on the business types and short-term rentals. The Planning Commission recommended not approving new core commercial regulations. They discussed the residential use for owners versus rental occupancy in the core commercial area of secondary use. The discussion was tabled pending legal language guidance from the city attorney, which there has been contacted. Additional updates from Jennifer. We received calls regarding zoning verifications and decision uses for the used car lot and the auto repair shop inside city limits. Updates will be provided to the mayor if the inquiry is addressed. We've approved 2 sign applications in August, and one of those was for the penalty Nancy company. Before I go into the financial report, is there any questions? I don't know what I asked.
Do we know when we're going to get a new push off or tractor for the side tractor?
Yes, so we actually, during the first stage of it, our James actually went through and got a bunch of contacts that he thought would be good. Me and Waylon will sit down together because Waylon actually runs it, and I don't feel appropriate to be buying the car that I'm running. So he's going to sit down with me, and he's going to make sure it fits with what we need to use now. We should be doing that next week. Right now, it's just Waylon and Colby, and then James runs the CEO operator, he runs our road truck, trash truck, all the good stuff. So because we're short staffed right now, it's just when their time frame is that we'll get together, and so we are working on it. Any more questions?
The EPA steering committee, that's the process, right? Okay. Do we have who's on that committee?
I have a list. I have to send it to you. I think right now we have 6. We've got down to 6 community members, which is fantastic for us. Okay. For our financial report for July. For July, our general fund did have a net loss of $49,088. Utility fund had an income of $47,000. Hospitality lost 4,308, and victim fund lost 494. Our total bank balance is $3,151,570.01. Sorry guys, that's a lot. Overall, the city net resulted a loss of $15,000, $371 for the month of July. For the budget progress for this fiscal year, the new fiscal year has started and progress is made about how much of the budget remains. Ideally, 91.7% of the budget should be available at this point. For our revenues, total revenue remaining, we're at 91.74, so we're right on track overall. General fund is at 92.92, which is slightly better than expected. Utility fund is at 90.01, which is slightly under target, and then hospitality is 91.88, which is right on target. Expenditures, we're overall at 91.28, we're right on track. General fund, we're 91.07, we're just a little under target. And then utility fund, we're 91.78%, we're a little bit ahead of target. So far, revenues are about $3,500 below budget, while expenses are about $18,500 above budget as of right now. Just keep in mind, like most cities, Liberty's income comes in cycles. Some months bring in little revenue, which doesn't always cover expenses. That's why we have our reserves. This is balanced by months when large payments arise, such as property taxes, annual license fees, state programs, which come in lump sums, usually around June. Franchise fees, which is typically done in quarters. Because of these cycles, it's normal to see temporary losses in some months, which are then balanced out by larger revenues later in the year. So for July, that was our last fiscal year month, so we did have less revenue than we expected, but we saved more money in July. So it's kind of balanced out, but we still have that revenue loss.
Thank you. Any questions on that? All right, then we are going to move on to our city council comments. First, with Councilmember Shue. Okay. Councilmember Patrick?
Yes, I'm talking to several people that want to first do this past week about the acoustic review. He said he would come to me, he said he couldn't understand the same thing. That was big mistake. His suggestion was we record it all, and then people could listen to the whole cafe. That sounds reasonable.
Well, we are recording.
Yes, so we have been recording them, and then we've been putting them on YouTube. We haven't been broadcasting it, but they are on YouTube. We've been doing our best when our internet is working. So I have figured out that I just have to reset it every time. I wasn't aware sometimes because it don't notify me when it's not working. But now I know to unplug it every weekend. But you should see them on YouTube.
What should I say?
So look on YouTube.
I'm sorry.
So look on YouTube that we are posting them.
City of Liberty, South Carolina. We just got to make sure our mics are on so they can hear it as well.
And then close to us too.
See, I didn't know that. How many other people?
They're now posted on YouTube, guys. We have them for the last couple ones when we've had Wi-Fi. Because our cameras don't work without it. And unfortunately, for some reason, for the Rosewood Center, it gets knocked out all the time. We can't figure out how to fix it. Anybody got any suggestions? Please let us know.
Well, I can understand that happening, I've had several asks, and he asked this week.
All right. And Councilmember Matthew? Okay. Councilmember Owens?
Just as the homecoming parade is next Tuesday, September 16th, 7 p.m. It'll be the same route as the Christmas parade. So looking forward to that. Lastly, I also just want to give a shout out to Mr. Tim Ward, our former public works director, and thank him for 17 years of hard work. He's always was a smiling face, great to be around, and I'd like to thank him for his service.
Okay. Thank you.
Councilmember Whitaker.
I just had a constituent contact me about who is supposed to be keeping the grass cut on Main Street between the sidewalk and the roadway. I mean, when it's not, I think residents keep theirs cut, but like businesses and so forth. Because she was just concerned with it looking bad. So, we can find out who's supposed to be taking care of that and if they're taking care of it.
Is there a specific location?
No, she just put on Main Street, so, but it was mostly like in front of the businesses and such. Like residents will cut that usually in front of their homes, but I guess probably from South Palmetto, North Hillcrest to Eagles maybe, wherever we have the sidewalks running, we can check on that, make sure it's being done.
Not anymore, but we're trying to get folks together to do this 1 mile loop as well as the cemetery. So this has been a lot on our guys here recently.
Okay. So we're in the process of getting somebody to do that as well.
And that was budgeted for.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. All right, then I'll move on to mayor announcements. First, I just want to congratulate the Phoenix County Library System annual bookmark contest winners. They do that every year. It's fun. I enjoy it. I don't tend to it, but I enjoy seeing everybody's artwork. And I want to recognize our Stars in the Library winners. The elementary school division was Olivia Shandito, and the middle school was Arden Key. The high school was Joshua Molinax, and our adult division was Diane Matusowicz, I believe is how you pronounce it. And so also congratulations to Olivia Sandito, who was the grand prize winner in the elementary age division countywide. So then you can also go into the library and pick up, they have bookmarks there that you can pick up and take home with you. Thank you to Randy Gilstrap, Phil Sargent, Tim Mullins, for taking the initiative for volunteering to lead eat at the city cemetery. And I really, truly appreciate their giving spirit on that. They've done a good job, and they're making a regular thing of that. Thank you to Potter's Play Fellowship. They donated new picnic tables for our newly named, if it passes, at second reading, Liberty Dugout Park. I think it was about 4 tables that they donated, so we appreciate the way that they've become a part of our community by going all in and being such a blessing in so many areas and so many ways in the city. Thank you to all who participated in the Community Connections yard sale. The overcast weather kept some people from coming out, but we made the most of it and we had a good time and good conversations. Some made some extra cash and some went home with new treasures. So that was a good time. Congratulations to New Hope Baptist Church for celebrating 155 years of ministry. Most of those years were here in Liberty, but all of that was with another part of Travis County. And I appreciate the invitation to celebrate with them and the chance to give an encouraging word to the church family and sing a song of praise. And Bobby and I enjoyed the service and the food, and we were honored to be a part of their special occasion. And I just want to pray that God blesses them as they continue to serve their community and spread the love of God and the gospel. Thank you also to Kimberly Blackwell of Pendleton Candy Company, who is coming to Liberty soon. She invited me to go and speak to her 2 special events, 2 classes, her special events class and her conventions and meetings classes. I was able to share about our events that we do here in Liberty, and as well as our council meetings and all the logistics and the challenges and successes that we have with those meetings. So their final assignment is going to be planning an event for the city of Liberty. So we'll be excited to see what they come up with. So if you haven't seen the building already, I encourage everybody to go drive down South Commerce Street and see they've made some progress on their facade. It's beautiful, and I'm excited to have new businesses coming in. So we'll be seeing some new facades as well coming in alongside the candy company. So y'all thank the Lord for progress. You know, our hard work is paying off, and our patience is paying off, so I'm so grateful. And I would also, again, thankful to be invited to the Lead Loud Conference, Lead Loud Summit, and that is done by Mick Hunt, who is a Liberty graduate, and he is an entrepreneur, and he has done a lot of good work in helping leaders and encouraging people. So he has been that for me, and it's been a blessing to be able to go, and I've had a chance just on the spur of the moment. I did not know we were going to ask you to get up and speak, but it was nice to be able to get up and speak, and I get to talk about the City of Liberty and just bring awareness to the things that we're doing here and my role as mayor. So it's really nice that the awareness of Liberty is getting out beyond Eagles County. People are knowing that we're here and what we're doing. So I want to thank Nick Hunt for that and that opportunity. Also, I want to thank Tim Tudor for the 17 years of service that he brought into the City of Liberty in our as our Public Works Director. I have enjoyed working with him. I've actually been able to work side by side with him many times out in the field. I'm riding around in the truck with him as I get information going out throughout the city to see what issues were going on and just to see the good work that they were doing. So I appreciate all the work that he put into our community for 17 years, and I wish him all the best. And just so everybody knows, our public works staff has done a great job adjusting to the change, and things are really going smoothly. So I appreciate all that they do as well. And also, things are going well in our Parks and Rec department with some changes there, addition of staff, as well as our police department getting staff, and all the changes. There's been a lot of change, and it's been, you know, sometimes it's hard for change, but, you know, sometimes change is good, and it gets us back on our game and improving on things. So I've been really encouraged to see that happening throughout the city, throughout each department, and I'm really thankful for all the staff that we have. We've got great staff at all, we really do, and I enjoy working all of them, alongside all of them, including our City Hall. That's where I am most of the time. So more women in there, and they do a great job. So thank you all. Then also our events coming up. We've got Halloween coming up on Halloween night. So excited to have Potter's Clay joining us. They're going to be doing the fall festival part of it, the children's area. So make sure you bring all your friends and family and spread the word, and we'll have a good time with that. I don't know if Interact will be there again for that. So we enjoy having them getting to participate. And also Christmas events coming up as well. So we will be doing our Christmas events. I know it may not sound ideal, but this was the only chance we had to do it because we had some neighboring community that decided to plan their parade on the same night we typically do ours. So a little disappointing, but we'll move it up to the weekend of Thanksgiving. So I think that'll be fun. It's going to really kick it off early for us and get that Christmas spirit going early. So we want as many people that will to be involved, to come be involved in our Christmas tree lighting on that Friday, and then our parade. Invite everybody, get them to do an awesome float so we can just have a great time. So thank you all so much. I appreciate also, I've had a lot of drop-ins at City Hall. People just popping in and come talk with me, ask questions, and find out what's going on, and they're seeing things downtown, and they're excited. I've had a lot of investors just popping in off the street, and so it's been really encouraging. It's time, y'all. It's Liberty's time to flourish, and so we've got some really excited people who are very, very interested in Liberty. That I've actually been able to walk downtown and show them different buildings that are available. Lots of questions, and so now right now it's kind of like a waiting game to see how some of these offers pop, if at all. But y'all just keep praying about that. Just be praying. We're working hard, and just that the Lord will send the right people that are going to be a great fit for Liberty to come invest and come open businesses, and He's answering that prayer, and I know He'll continue. So we'll just be faithful and do what we need to do on our part. So thank y'all. I appreciate all of our council as well. You're great to us. So thank you. And that is all that I have on that. I know I have a lot of announcements, but yes, there's a lot of stuff going on, lots of good stuff. So, saying that, now I make a motion to enter executive session, and this is going to be South Carolina Code Section 30-4-70A2. This is discussion of negotiations, incident to proposed contractual arrangements, discussions of proposed sale, purchase of property, receipt of legal advice, settlement of legal claims, and discussions of the public agency's position in adversary situations, discussions about development of security personnel or devices, and this is pertaining to water and sewer services and city hall. So, do I have a motion to enter executive session? Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, a motion by Councilmember Arms, a second by Councilmember Whitaker. Any discussion? All right, all those in